Chapter 35, Entering Nahashtu. Regardless, the Legion and Duo wear their devices and become a variety of races. Zami becomes a Kilink, a race that has 2 extra tentacles, Nicole becomes a Blup which has spikes on her back, Pod becomes a narwhal creature also known as a Hawp. Arvin becomes a Minap which is the same size but more reptile-like, Opusnost turns into a Heddle that has a face with some fins, and finally, Amiku becomes a crocodile-like creature also known as an Allitor. With all of them disguised, they are off to find the Titanrans. While they are disguised, the Titanrans do always go for the same race, ones called Loganivs, massive creatures with 4 blue fins on their back, mostly green and scaly and have long necks. The Titanrans normally go to Nashtu for various reasons like supplying food vegetation or getting various DNA of various races to help clone other races. They even provide a special type of life force-based energy that can heal any injury. A secret only the Titanrans have unlocked considering their history with the life force, ones that are either underpopulated or extinct, making them good beings continuing to help others under the radar when the race was galactic heroes. Before seeing the Titanrans, however, the Legion has a good exploration around the area. They see the likes of food stands and resources coming from many planets, alongside many sport-like activities, excluding any combating sports, and there are even many areas for vegetation to grow and the many races to race. The planet is also an open area for graffiti, and those who go there form all sorts like Legion tales being visualized, anti-Zyantha propaganda and representing various races via art such as Morphils being demonized. Something which does bother Pod knowing that Morphils have affected whoever goes to Nahashtu. Firstly, 2 ships capture the eyes of Zami and Opusnost, the Monologue, and the Starburst Ring. The former is the quickest ship in the universe. And the latter can take more damage compared to most ships. The Starburst Ring is like a rubber ring shape, but it has 2 small fins on either side with the pilot seat at the center, and with the engine at the back, mainly a variety of cans color-wise. Even the Monologue is cyan. And it is similar to the Comet Front except it has actual landing parts, a wider design, and large side windows alongside a round exhaust which aids the speed. Opusnost likes his ships, even talking about a world of aircraft also known as Garup, where it would have the most types of vehicles across the universe. Zami adds to this conversation by showing a projection of what the awesome Atone is like. Opusnost pretends to be impressed, but at the same time, Opusnost wonders why Zami is so team-oriented, as Zami mentions that the size of his ship can fit many. Opusnost then goes on to belittle Zami that being in a team is not always a good thing because independence is needed. Which does make Zami defensive but does start thinking that Opusnost could have a point. More exploration of the area takes place, and they see a lot from stores, weapon workshops, and more. As they walk around, Zami becomes interested in the ability Amiku can form cubes that make up every solid object in the universe. Zami is very interested in having a power like this, even thinking that he can create all sorts of gadgets. After requesting a hint of this power, Amiku will only offer it if Zami is worthy of it, which makes Zami eager to find some good to do. On the other hand, Opusnost and Nicole have a small clash where Opusnost sees a fighting competition to which he is keen to go. Nicole, however, tries to keep Opusnost with the rest of the team, and then Opusnost objects by stating that he doesn't want to follow anyone. This is where Nicole challenges Opusnost for a quick spar. If Nicole wins, she continues to lead, but if Opusnost wins, he can do whatever. Both agree to have no weapons, so Opusnost throws a good few punches which Nicole dodges, and despite no blades, Opusnost uses his blade-swinging skills to perform some alternative punches. Also kicking techniques, which he uses along his blades, result in a collection of attacks towards Nicole, to which she either dodges well or defends in a way she may have never done before, making Opusnost quite formidable. Then Opusnost swings one kick which Nicole catches and swings Opusnost into the ground, and keeps him on the ground, putting his arm behind him, aching him while he's pinned to the ground, making Nicole win, with the Legion watching, and thankfully in an area to which there is hardly any public witnesses, except one. Opusnost has his telling off to which Amiku mildly agrees with Nicole, and so the Legion gets going, with Opusnost. Because of mentioning the likes of the power sources and referring to the Legion, Ikran is nearby, one of Zyantha's best fighters, one of whom went to the Arctic. After finishing off what he was doing, Ikran hears the information which convinces Ikran that the Legion is on the same planet as him. He was previously confronting another being after he tried to fight Ikran after being inspired by the Legion. This being was a Rebai which was small, frog-like, dark blue with large eyes, making Nahashtu a possible location which could do with Xayantha's treatment. Ikran believes he saw the Legion in disguise, and so he contacts his allies to where he is, other familiar faces basically, another chance to get rid of the Legion. Eventually, the Legion does come across the Titanrans coming out of a trading area, providing more vegetation and food for the whole planet. The Legion and the Titanrans eventually get into an agreement to chat after proving to the Titanrans that they are the Legion but in disguise, using their collaptors to show much evidence such as where they came from, what they have done recently and proof they fought the likes of Ozona. They sit in a peaceful area, full of wooden chairs and tables, with a shelter above them, and there are even fiery lanterns nearby, making the place warm and relaxing. The Titanrans do know them well, via stories like most races, but aren't the most enthusiastic towards the Legion. Because of how the universe's previous guardians despite their efforts had an ego, making them fake, being a hero is far more complicated than fighting the threats, it's about other intentions along the way. In between, the Legion asks about why the Titanrans sent off the life force or if there are any Titanrans to spare to add to the Legion, and it was because of their safety. Xayanthor might be onto them if tracked, and they don't trust the Legion's universal security. This makes the progress towards bringing back the extinct races slower yet safer, and they send the life force away via their last escape pod, which is part of their massive ship. The only one at that, created by a mechanic race known as Conics. Cyborg creatures with features like ape arms and big eyes, always happy to make ships for any race regardless of morality as long as they get paid. Regardless, the Titanrans keep those thoughts to themselves. And the Legion talks about how the Titanrans could take back the life force as it was sent down to Earth only to be protected thanks to Pod's minor knowledge that Xayanthor is after certain forms of power. The Titanrans, without knowing about Pod, are familiar with Earth thanks to their long relationship with the Conics, saying that they heard that Earth is one of the more evolving worlds in the universe. The life force is very valuable. The Titanrans don't want to risk their cover by getting it back, not to mention the Legion hasn't sorted out Xayanthor yet. Having the life force does mean making the method of bringing back races from extinction quicker and enabling more races to come back. Meaning the Titanrans are both slow and limited with what they can do so farm, which they are fine with. Is the universe safe enough? This debate sadly gets sidetracked as Vonjur, one of the Titanrans, belittles Pod as Morphils are one of the main enemies of the Titanrans. This angers Pod, mainly because this is a result of the Legion not sorting out the Morphils yet. Sometimes these disguise devices can glitch depending on how old they are, and Pod's true form was seen for a split second, which captured Vonjur's eye. Vonjur is overall quite narrow when it comes to other races, and despite Carpo trying to get Vonjur to have an open mind, Vonjur hasn't budged once, and Carpo struggles to calm Vonjur down here too. Whilst the Titanrans have always been a race supporting other races, Vonjur is one of those beings who is scared as he wonders what could happen if bringing certain races back. Pod and Vonjur clashing leads to a small brawl, and this discloses the agreement fully. Now the Legion might have to find an alternative way to get the life force protected, while also getting on at Pod, with Arvin acting as the only one who tries and support Pod. This also makes Pod more frustrated because this is why the delay towards sorting out the Morphils is continuing this negative perception of the Morphils. While he isn't insecure, it is still a problem within the universe. He even shares this with Arvin, making Arvin think of it as a preferable idea because it may remind him of the good times compared to this dropping off element quest. Even Opusnost hears Pod, making Opusnost wonder that the Legion sounds like they have loads of fun, especially if he gets to fight Pod's equivalents.